Good evening, folks. This is Battery live from the Pallet studio. My shed is made from pallets, and I talk about gardening. And well, when I talk about gardening, it's a different layout. But right now, I am talking about my new purchase. I purchased an Ecoflow, even though I'm building a power wall in my shed. The power wall is still powering the shed. Right now, I don't have the ability to charge them separately, so I'm charging the Ecoflow right now, and I'm charging up the pallet shed power wall. A lot to say there. With AC from the Ecoflow, and it's working wonderfully. I have app I'm monitoring on my tablet, which keeps shutting off for some reason. Ecoflow. I got loaded again. Okay. And now I pick this. And it's going to load all the parameters. I got 77% charged. And 2 hours to go. Now I'm out here on the west coast, so I have solar pumping into that. I also, for the initial charge, I have both the solar and AC plugged in. So I've got, as you can see over here, 568 watts, and I'm at 75%. And it tells me the temperature. Right now the temperature is 95 degrees. It seems to be holding. I have the Ecoflow out where the sun is shining, but I have a box on top of it, box that came in, to kind of give it shade. And I'm monitoring that so that it doesn't go over 100 degrees. If it goes up over 100 degrees, then I have to do something different. I don't know when it shuts off. Hopefully it doesn't shut off on me. Chips, I'm getting a little hungry. I did a video earlier, but I didn't save it. I'm pretty much starting over. I had 2 people show up. They probably saw my flag and decided they didn't want to be here. You might get confronted by facts. But I'm not here to talk about that. I have a feeling that they were afraid of that. They ran like little girls. Not here to talk politics. Although our current situation is when I bought the Ecoflow. It has a 7,500 watt generator. I had an 8-gallon gas tank. Hook it up to natural gas or propane. And we don't have natural gas, so we're using propane. Fired it up once. great. But in order to use it, you get power in the house somehow. Which is a lot of expense and a lot of hard work. And you really want to get a solar generator. So, I bought the Ecoflow. It was recommended by many YouTubers. It's the best solar generation. It's hard to come up with proper terminology because it doesn't generate solar. It stores power from solar, but it works as same as a generator. It gives you power from batteries, kind of like the fuel tank of the gas generator. You're filling it up with solar power. Or the initial purchase of the panels is the only cost. Now, there was a person from a car company talking about their electric cars, how great it is. It saves the environment. And then one of the reporters asked, "Where do you get the electricity?" "We get it from the power grid." "Where does the power grid get the electricity?" "Well, from a coal power plant." "So where's the savings for the environment?" They were a little more resistant. For some reason I can't go live on Twitch anymore. Welcome into my chat. I'm talking about a backup system for electricity. Not politics. The Second Amendment flag, but I'm not here for that. Okay, run away. Gosh. People just run away. You may come in. Welcome. I'm going to tell you everything about my backup system. If you're willing to stick around. It's fascinating stuff if you stick around. Talk about batteries too, because there's my expertise. The generation of the power is not my expertise. I'm learning. I'm using a bunch of power right now, but I'm charging faster than I'm using. I'm charging at 568 watts off of 2 solar panels and AC plug. I got 75 watts going out. I'm going to be as truthful as possible.
That's right. Meds. It's time. Time to take your meds.
This is proof what's going in. Alright? The solar panels I have 2 100 watt solar panels, so that wattage right there is a lot more than 200 watts. So there's no way I'm just using solar. I have it plugged in. I don't know if it shows it somewhere else. I don't know if I'm getting power out on the AC jack. According to that Doesn't look like it. But I have lights, so I must be getting something. Yeah, I'm being powered by the solar generator while it's charging. It'll be charged fully in 2 hours. Let's see if anybody else is on. Officer Tatum, Tulsi Gabbard exposes Biden administration hypocrisy. Oh, okay. That's not hard to do. I don't want to update. Just want to run it. He's on. Info Bear, he's on. Where's he going to be? Oh, Aaron. Aaron Tires is on. Hey, welcome to the chat. If you stick around, I'm talking about solar backup. And I'm willing to talk about it in the chat. If you say something, fine, leave. Nobody sticks around. Am I that boring? Or is this just not what they're looking for? I've been on for 12 minutes. I've had 3 people come in and leave right away. So I don't know what's going on. Well, I'll go on for another 5, maybe 10 minutes, and if nobody else comes in, I'll just call it a night. And I'll go over to Aaron's chat. Aaron Tires is live on Twitch. My payment is incomplete. I didn't even start one. I keep getting these messages saying your payment isn't complete. Donating to the Trump campaign. I don't donate. I don't donate to any political stuff. When I see them do something for me, like make the economy better, yeah, I'll contribute. But they got to prove to me that they deserve my contribution. Trump has done pretty good, but Biden definitely not. If I had a flag that said LGBFJB right there. This guy's a joke. I don't care what side you're on. Nobody can tell me what Biden has done that's good. Nobody. I challenge anybody. He's been the laughingstock of the world, and he denies it. He thinks he's doing great. I guess that's what they're telling him. It ain't true. Well, I guess I'll go on errands. I know I said 10 minutes, but I'm rather bored here if nobody talks. So if anybody sees this, please join. I would love to talk about things like today, my solar backup. I bought another solar panel and some splitters so that I can split up the power going to the solar generator and the power going to my power wall in the shed. That's right, I'm building a power wall. I'm up to 2.8 kilowatts. And pretty soon I'm going to have that doubled. 5.6. And eventually more than that. but it's a bit expensive to get it started. But if you have the money, the initial cost of putting all that in, very low. You know, initial cost is high. Yes, I have to admit that it's high. It's much cheaper to buy 2 lead acid batteries. Those lead acid batteries have what, maybe 2 years maximum life, and you say you get 100 amp hour lead acid battery, you get 50 amp hours out of it. Let's charge it. Whoops. Gotta plug my phone in. There we go. But you get 50% of your power out of a lead acid. So it's much cheaper. Left the chat. It's much cheaper to go with a lithium iron phosphate. I got 280 watt hours each, or 22 amp hours. Between 20 and 22 amp hours, depending on how much it's been used. And that was only $35. Okay, 36. Yeah, 36. So it was easy to buy 4 at once. And I had a little bit extra money, so I bought 6 more. Now I have 10. So it's 2.8 kilowatts. It mounts up quickly for a very low price. That's $360 for 2.8 kilowatts. And they last 3,000 cycles. They're over 90% capacity. They have 15 BMSs per battery. And each battery is broken down into 5 sections of basically 3 batteries each in those 5 sections. All this is in parallel, and each section of that battery pack has, there's 5 specific sections of that, and in each 5 there's 3 batteries. Each one has their own BMS. So a while back I had it hooked up to a power box, and I hooked up the solar backwards. This is where this comes into play. My power box had no BMS. Well, had one, and that battery was fine. It shut off because I hooked up the solar panel backwards. So that one battery shut off, and my power wall shut off. The other 2 batteries in the box don't have BMSs, and they kept going, and it melted the wires. Had I not smelled, or if I'd left the shed, we could have had a fire. Because they would eventually get hot enough that they would catch fire, but that takes a lot of heat. The lithium iron phosphates, here's one. This one is 3 amp hours. It's called a UFO battery. Interesting, huh? UFO? I wonder why they called it that. But anyway, that battery, that cell, this is not the battery. This is one cell. To make a 12-volt battery, you hook 4 of these in series, and it equals 12.
That's right. Let's.
So it's 12.8 volts off of 4S battery. 4S means 4 in series. So those battery packs are not these. They're smaller. Let's see. I have a lithium. Shoot. I have a lithium ion here around somewhere. The lithium ion batteries are primarily 18650s or pouch cells. This is a pouch 7. This is capable of 100 amps, but most 18650 batteries are capable of maybe 20. But they're thinner than this. 18650s are about that much. This is higher capacity than most of my 18650s. The ones in my power wall are 1500 or 1.5. This is 3. So this is double the capacity of the ones in my power wall. But they're situated in battery packs, so they have a lot more power. And I don't have to do anything but change 2 wires. Change those 2 wires to a higher amperage. And they're capable of 20 amps. Each battery pack is 20 amps. That's limited by the size of the wires. It had really skinny wires come from each of the 5 packs. I combined those into one 12 gauge wire, 2 18650s. No, excuse me, not 18650s, XT60s connectors. I have a battery pack right here. This is one I built. It's a 12 volt with lithium cobalt batteries. This is very high density compared to this. As you see, this is much bigger, but this is not as dense a chemistry as these. These are pretty close to the same rating as this one. They're over 2 amps each, approximately. As you see, that one there, 2.1 amps, and it's a much skinnier battery. Amp hours, not amps. That's how many amps it can put out for it. I mean, if you put out 1 amp, it'll run for an hour. I mean, 2 hours. 1 amp on 1 amp per hour, 2 hours. This will run for 3 hours on 1 amp. This is a much bigger battery. I could take an axe to this battery, cut it in half, no fire. But these will burst into flames. So I'm using these for my power wall. Not this size. I'm using the 18650 version, which are only 1500 watts, 1500 milliwatts. And welcome into the chat. I'm talking about batteries and battery backup. I just bought a solar charger. If you're interested, please say something in chat. And kind of spread the word. Fine. Another one left. All right, that's it. I'm ending the stream. I can talk up a storm on these batteries with people in other chats, but for some reason cannot get this one going. If somebody can help out, that would be great. Put the word out that I'm talking about batteries and small space gardening. The pallet shed videos are all on batteries and power systems to back that your power in your home. Because I'm building a power wall in the shed, and we'll plug that in to the house if need be. But I have a new Ecoflow solar generator. I am charging that right now. I have, let's see, how much power on it? I gotta turn the app on again. Ooh, it's almost full, 82%. Okay, it's taking a long. But that icon there tells me how much power is on the battery, on the Ecoflow. on it. There we go. Now it's loading. It's 81%. Whoop, I just dropped it. What the hell? Come on, connect. There we go. Now it's 81%. It had a hiccup in the signal. It's a 75 watts output, 559 watts input. Still 95 degrees. The temperature's right here. The sun is shining pretty good, so I had to put it in the shade. But I'm kind of limited where I can put it, so it's sticking halfway out of my old shed. And it's maintaining the 95 degrees, which is great. But maybe next time we can talk about this. I'm not getting any people in the chat. They come in and they say, okay, this is not for me, and they leave. They're probably running from that. The Second Amendment flag. I don't understand why everybody is not Second Amendment. Because of all the crime going on, why wouldn't you be Second Amendment? The police can't not react. They can't react. They are a reactionary force, but they're overwhelmed because of all the cutbacks. The left wanted to abolish the police department. Not just reduce their size, but abolish them. And what has happened, officers have left because they don't want to deal with it. They've taken early retirements. They've gone to smaller police departments where they can do their job. In the inner cities, they're really short of police officers. So, especially inner cities, you'd think more people would be for the Second Amendment. It's common sense. Got a gun store just down the road, and people are buying guns there like crazy. Some of them are liberals. They just need to wake up. Now, they're buying guns for their protection, but they don't want anybody else to protect themselves. Criminals are exempt from gun laws because they don't pay attention to them anyway. So that's it. That's the Second Amendment part. I did not come on here to talk about the Second Amendment, but apparently that's what's scaring a lot of people off. Cowards. I'm here to talk about batteries and gardening. Pallet Studio videos are all on batteries and building pallet studio, pallet shed. This is what I've built. See, the walls are made from pallets. And I want to impart what I've learned from this process, what I'm learning from the Powerwall stuff. See there? That is my Powerwall, right there. I'm not just talking about it, I'm actually doing it. So, if people want to learn, come to my channel. I will also give recommendations of other channels to go to, like Will Prowse. He doesn't quite explain all the workings. I will try to do that. But he is very knowledgeable. He knows about batteries and solar systems. And another one that I learned a lot from is Jehu Garcia. Check out both of these people.
That's right. Meds. It's time. Time to take your meds. Take them.
Okay, I'm back. I had to shut off some alarms. I'm a type 2 diabetic, so I have to take medication at set times, and there's a little bit of leeway. But anyway, that is basically my platform here. I don't really talk about politics on my platform, but if somebody brings it up, I will respond as calmly as I can. But if people are going to be disrespectful, they're gone. Okay? I don't mind people giving me opposing views and backing them up. But I will respond the best I can. Hopefully I don't get triggered. I rarely do. But if that's your goal, you're gone. But I'm not primarily here for politics. I am here mostly for power backup, small space gardening, and building an inexpensive shed. This thing is solid. I don't have a roof yet. Right now I just have a tarp over the top. But we've got sunny weather now, so I'm going to take the tarp off soon, probably next weekend, and start building the roof. Wood prices have come down a little bit, I think. So that's one of my holdbacks on the roof is wood prices. Now that we got inflation to deal with, Biden inflation. If you disagree with me, please comment. But what drives inflation? 100% is printing money. So when these guys are blaming Putin and the war in Ukraine, that's bullshit. Wars do not generate inflation. They might make things in short supply, which makes them cost more, but we don't have short supply. We just have too much money. And when you print money, the price of everything goes up because the money's worth less. It's common economics, which AOC doesn't seem to get. But anyway, again, I will state, my channel is on power backups, which we're going to have brownouts. If not from lack of power resources, solar flares. We're right in the middle of a solar flare right now. It's touching our atmosphere. It's raising temperatures in the northern hemisphere. It's raising them in the southern hemisphere a little bit too. So world temperatures are up because of the solar flare. The left will say it is global warming. According to scientists, it's not. It's the solar flare. You'll notice it's affecting communications too. Sometimes it's very difficult to go online because the bandwidth isn't there. And it's because of this solar flare. Solar flares reduce your bandwidth. So you lose the signal. I'm probably cutting out for everybody every once in a while because of this. Or I might be lucky and everything's working. But I go on Twitch and I cannot see the video because the solar flare is messing it up. So it really affects Twitch. I can't even get on Twitch now to do a live stream. It won't work. I don't know how others are doing it. For me, it's not working. So I'm glad that YouTube finally let me go live. But I'm going to go now, but I'm going to restate what my channel is. I am doing power backup. For my shed, it is power wall. For the house, I have a solar generator. And I'm going to expand that solar generator as I learn. I would love people to come on this journey with me. It helps me learn if others are trying to learn with me, because we'll ask questions. Plus, I am doing small space gardening. Right now, I've got things planted in dirt. I'm getting my rain gutter self-watering system ready. I have this guy right here, actually three tomato plants. I'm going to separate these guys best I can. I don't know if I'll be able to. They've been in here for quite a while. I'm going to try to separate these. I got three 5-gallon buckets ready with net cups in the bottom. I will explain this on future video if people are interested. I need to know what people want to talk about. So leave comments and I will try to accommodate. But right now, I'm going to go over to Aaron's chat, and good luck in your everybody's future. I hope things go well and inflation goes down and you can afford more stuff, especially food and water. I don't want people to run short, so try to be as frugal as you can until we get a different president. I hope it's not Kamala. She's even worse. She's an idiot. I don't have a better word to explain Kamala Harris other than idiot. You ask her a question and she laughs. That's an idiot. You might disagree. It's no matter to me. So, without further ado, I bid you all well and hope things go well for you. God bless. And please come back and comment.